going to try to do a quick update. I came into the same draw where I missed the cow 2 days ago. We gave it a day off. As soon as we got in this morning, we came in right at first light. We saw the same herd of elk out on kind of that prairie out there. So we dropped back, decided we were going to work our way down this draw that's in front of me and see if we could get down there before. We figured they were going to come into the draw and probably bed for the day. So we were going to try to get down there, maybe get there ahead of them, just try to figure something out that way. Well, we didn't get 100 yards into this draw, and we saw the raghorn that the big bull we had seen was pushing off, and he dropped down right into this area right here. And so Gary got up right in front of me, right past this brush right here, and I got behind this stuff, and didn't really even need to start calling very soon because he was coming right at us, but he kind of hung up. So I made my way over to this spot right down here and started cow calling, and as soon as I did, a third bull that we didn't know about popped up right by this fence line right up here and just dropped down into the draw and started coming towards the calls. So we had two bulls right here in front of us, and then the third bull kind of around this ridge right here, the big bull just out of sight. And long story short, the bull that popped up over here that we didn't know about worked his way down, and Gary got a shot. It's probably 60 yards, I think he's estimating, and unfortunately missed. The bull then went up this ridge right here, eventually caught our wind, and it left, but we still had the second bull over here. We called to him for quite a while, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes, and he just knew something was up when he saw the other bull bust and heard us, and he just wouldn't come any closer. So eventually I think he went over the skyline there and is gone. But we still have the herd bull and I don't know, I think 11 other elk down this draw. So right now Gary and Alex are looking for Gary's arrow, and then we're going to figure out, like, we don't think we blew any of the rest of them out of here. So we're going to try to figure out a plan for the rest of the day and see if we can get back on some and get another opportunity. So that's the update for now. Gotta learn the rules, dude. Should have known that in 6th grade.
I was too busy.
God, where you been? Chasing girls?
Eating paste.
All right. See you in 3 days. Don't see me by midnight. Send someone in. We got no bear spray and no revolver. Okay, it's about 5 o'clock. After those 3 bulls this morning, we tried to make a play on the rest of the herd, but before we could get to them, they got blown out by a bunch of 4-wheelers and side-by-sides. They just took off and ran over the horizon. So I went and did a walk looking for a second white-tailed doe to fill my B tag. And then we came to a new area where we think the elk may have run, but if not, we think there's a good chance there's other elk here as well. So we're just hiking in now. It's about 5 o'clock. We'll see what happens. Looks like a good one. Damn it. Yeah, too bad we didn't have the right. I know it.
But if he goes into that shit, you're never gonna be able to.
Well, that's gonna do it. We didn't have any luck with elk. Saw quite a few deer, never got any shot opportunities. And then we saw a bear right at the end of the night. And we didn't have the rifle. And he was a good one. So I don't know what we're doing tomorrow, but if we come back here, I'm bringing the rifle.
I saw him stand up and looking down there, and he looked back and he said, "Well, he must have winded us."
Yeah.
But I heard that side by side too.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Alright. We just had, I'm just doing a recap here. We just got to our little rocky point and immediately saw an elk down below crossing through the private. So we started calling, did quite a bit of calling, but eventually he came out as a spike and he started running towards us. So we dropped back, but the wind was bad. As soon as we got here, we knew the wind was bad. It wasn't the typical wind we get here. And he came quite a ways. I don't know, we gotta go talk to Keaton. He stayed up, Gary and I dropped back, and but Keaton said he busted, so I think he caught our wind. But he was coming for sure, so I don't even know what time it is. It might be 7 o'clock, so we still got lots of time left. Just hope this wind starts to change now that the sun is coming up. So this is Saturday. This is the last day. This is it. We came back to the public land that we hunted the first part of the week. We gave it a little bit of a break. We didn't see any other vehicles when we came in this morning, so hopefully there hasn't been anybody up here for a while. And we can pull one more rabbit out of the hat. Here we go. It's kind of windy, so I don't know how well you're going to be able to hear this, what the audio is going to be like, but it's about 8:30. That spike came into 40 yards, but the wind was bad and we knew it was, so if he came in, a slightly different way that we hoped he might, we would have probably gotten away with it, but he didn't, so he busted at 40 yards. And then since then we've been calling. I moved over to a different location, a corner of the property, or not property, a corner of the public next to the private. I did some calling over there. I've been gone for probably at least 30 minutes, if not 45 minutes, so I'm looping my way back to Gary and Keaton, and I'll see if anything has materialized for them. I haven't heard them calling, so I'm guessing there's been nothing. So we'll see. The wind is just, it's tough. I don't think we've ever had wind like this here. So we don't have very many good positions that we can get in. And I think, you know, the rut is tailing off. So really, like, our best opportunity is just like this morning. We find a single cow or a single spike or something like that. And they're just wanting to get back with the herd and coming to our calls that way. So odds are low, but we're going to give it a shot. I'm thinking if nothing really significant happens, we'll probably head out of here around noon or so. And then I still have a second doe tag. We've got the same property. It's private property, but it's not exclusive. Like, anybody that asks can hunt there, and it's just some fields. But that's where I shot my doe, so my first doe. So I've got that second tag, and we'll probably head there maybe sometime late afternoon, evening, and see if we can kind of do the same thing again. If I go home with 2 deer, I'll be pretty happy with that. I mean, this is all about meat for me every time I do this, but you know, I'll be disappointed I didn't get that cow. There's really no reason for it. And those opportunities are so few and far between. You know, that's hard. That's a hard pill to swallow. But if I can get 2 deer, that'll still be great. I'll be happy to have that meat. And you know, we did see that bear, and it's kind of in the same general area too. So maybe we would swing through that area and just see if we get lucky and get an opportunity to, you know, get a shot at him too. So we'll see what the afternoon has in store, but if things don't change here, we won't be staying here. So that's about it right now. Like I said, it's about 8:30, 8:40, and I'm gonna loop back to Gary and Keaton, see what what's happened with them the last 45 minutes, and then we'll go from there.
Just like all there. But did you know that they transplanted elk into the breaks?
Yeah, I knew that.
That was in the 70s.
Man, they are like a home and a half.
There goes another one down.
Oh yeah, he's coming out. It's like, hey, brothers, where are you? I'm blind. I'm going the wrong direction.
He kind of is.
Well, I'm headed home. Started my long drive back. I just wanted to take a minute and kind of wrap up this trip. It was phenomenal. We had elk every day. I think 6 out of 7 days, something like that, we had situations that were either got shot opportunities or were very close to having shot opportunities. And then, we saw a bear and we saw tons of deer, and I got a deer. So it's just a phenomenal trip, just like all of the other trips I've taken out here. The only blemish on it is yesterday around noon, we had an elk come in and I got a shot and I hit it. It was basically a hard angling away shot. It's 15 yards. I hit it right behind the shoulder. I had wanted to hit it a little bit further back inside the rib cage. Looked like what I thought was going to be a lethal shot. Maybe still is a lethal shot. We looked for around 4 hours. I think a little bit over 4 hours. And I gridded an entire area. Didn't find a speck of blood. We saw her go into some timber, and I gridded that entire area. Went over it multiple times. Didn't have probably any part of it that had more than 10 feet between where I walked. And not only did I not find her, I thought for sure she'd bed. Not only did I not find her, I didn't find a single drop of blood. So had we been able to find blood, probably would have trailed her the rest of the day, possibly even a little bit this morning had we not found her. But there was no blood. There was no way to know where she went. She didn't bed. So long story short, we didn't recover her. And it makes me sick. I don't know that there's anything I would have done differently. But beyond that, it was a great trip. I feel like we did everything we could. And, sometimes that happens, and I feel horrible about it, but the trip was awesome. I hate leaving. We had great opportunities. We always get to see a ton of wildlife. It's great hunting with Gary. Love hunting with Gary and his family. It's just, it's always hard to leave. But this time, it's even harder because I feel like I have some unfinished business. So that's going to do it. See you next year.